Hi, everyone in the world. I'd like to talk to you today about God's timing. Basically, we're going to start with a verse in the Bible. It's written on 2 Peter 3, 8-9. It's written this: "But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day." So clearly in here, we can see that the time of God is not our time. But this is what's written in the Bible. But actually, many people want something right now, and God doesn't give it to them. And they think, oh, what's happening? And they might think that God doesn't answer. But God always answers. Just is answering on his own time. And I can give you one of my experience for that. I lived 2 months in my life, not a long time ago. I lived 2 months with €3 in my account and not any money coming in. And at that time, I had something I could sell. But God didn't want me to sell it. He didn't let me to sell it. No one wanted it at that time. At that point, I could not. And I was thinking maybe I can go to work like I used to do a long time ago. But for 3 years, I've been doing these things about going around people, helping them, talking about God without doing any work financially. So I was like, that's a bit weird from God. Why will he ask me this now? But it's possible. But if he does, he will open a door. But he did not open any doors. I did not have any work. I did not do any work. But he opened doors in a completely different way. At that time, I was going from church to church. And so I went to a church. And on the Sabbath day, because it's a day where I go to the church, on a Sabbath day, I get there, and the church, the lady that I met first, they were asking me questions. You know, you're the visitor, so they want to know where you are, what you do, and all of these things. And when I explained, they said, oh, basically you're a missionary. And I was like, you can call it this way. For me, I just talk about God. But okay. And after that, so we passed the whole day. And in the evening, I get a phone call. And there is a couple that called me. And they say, Stephanie, we have a box of fruits and vegetables for you. Can we come to your motorhome? And I was like, okay. I did not ask anything, because this is how God works. I never ask anything to human being, but God knows what I need and what I don't. And at that time, he knew I will have nothing to eat that day. So, what happened? These people came and they brought me a box of fruit and vegetables. We talk about a lot of things. We talk about God, because that person wants to be a pastor. And we share a lot of things. And because I did not tell you that now, but I am a raw vegetarian eater. I eat raw only, food raw. That was perfect for me to eat these fruits and vegetables for the whole week. I had enough. At that time, I still had some fuel in my motorhome. A little bit, not much, but a little bit. So from where I was, I went to the next church later on. And there, I met another family. And this person were having troubles. They were Christian, but they're having troubles with their faith. And that person prayed that she will find it someone. She said it later, like me. I still don't know exactly what it means, but we share many things. And I explained it to her, basically how God was guiding me every day, finding certain people and not others, and how I could always talk about Him and get a good answer from the people that were hearing me. And from there, I get to know this family. And one day this family said, Stephanie, we want you to come with us, and we're going to share a meal together. And so basically I spent a week with them, and they gave me food all the time. They gave me a place to shower because they were close to the church and I could shower there. And I did not ask anything to anyone, but they offered me all of this. So it was just perfect. And they even offered me to go one day. They said, we would like to go to a zoo. And I was like, a zoo, okay. Someone was supposed to bring them there, but it was 80 kilometers away from where they were, and it was a long time. So they said, they withdrew themselves, and they say, no, we cannot go so far. So they asked me, this family was just, so the couple and 2 kids, so 4 people. In my motorhome, I can take 4 people easily. So I said, okay, we can go with my motorhome. I still have a bit of fuel, so that will be fine. And at that time they said, anyway, we were going to pay you for the fuel. I said, okay. So we go to the zoo all together. On the way back, he said, let's go and put some fuel in your motorhome. Okay. And maybe I use a quarter of what I need for the whole tank. But at the time I was putting fuel inside my motorhome. That person said, Stephanie, make the whole tank full of fuel. But I said, I use only a quarter, so I should put back only a quarter from you. He said, no, we want to make it full for you. So basically he put me the full tank. So I used only a quarter, but I had the full tank at that time. And this is how God works. You do little things for Him, and He will give you back even more. But I could not go on and on like this, because I get to a point where the month was finishing, and I had to pay for from my account for my phone, because I have to pay for the phone every month, and I have to pay for the insurance of my motorhome. And so because of that, and this comes straight from my account, and I was like, well, God, here, what are we gonna do? Of course I was on my feet, and I pray, and I said, God, these people gave me money, but even if they gave me money physically, or they helped me with the fuel, or they give me fruits and vegetables and all of this will not pay for my phone or for my insurance. So how am I going to do? At that time I prayed, and 1 week passed, and after a week I said, maybe that things that I'm trying to sell will be sold. No, God did not let me sell these things still. So I still don't have any money. And there I said, well, I'm going to get in trouble, because I never have debt in my life. So I was like, oh, what's going to happen here? And suddenly I go on my phone, and you can see how much is still in your account. And I check my account. And suddenly I see 600 euro. I was like, what happened? So I checked what happened, and I went on it, and I said, this is a mistake. And I saw the 600 euro came from the husband of a friend of mine. And I was like, how did you put this money in my account? And basically 6 months before, I used to help a family for a project for a sanitarium, and as well for some preacher to come and preach from Brazil to Portugal. We needed to buy the ticket, And while I was talking about this project to my friends and people, everybody was giving me money, and sometimes I will just give my account and they will put it straight in my account. And this person did that. So this person had my account, but after that, never had the money from this person. And suddenly I have 600 euro from this person. So I called my friend, his wife, and I said to her, your husband made a mistake. He gave me some money, but I think he wanted to give it to someone else. And she said, Stephanie, my husband knows exactly what he does, and he didn't make a mistake. And I was like, really? Okay. So she said, call him. So I called this person. And when I called this person, I said, his name is Tim. I said, Tim, why did you put some money in my account? Was it a mistake? He said, no, Stephanie, it's not a mistake. God gave them a lot of money. They are not rich people at all, but they receive a lot of money suddenly. And they know it's God because they are Christian. And in this kind of Christian believes in dime, that you have to give back 10% of what God gives you. So they receive this amount of money and they want to give it back. And once they give it back, this 10%, they decided who they wanted to give it to. But it has to be, for them, it has to be a ministry. And as small as my ministry is, because I just give books, help people, they think that that is my ministry, so they help me. And so what happened, he said, I prayed to God. I needed to give this money to a ministry, but I don't know which one. And at the end of the prayer, at first nothing happened, he said. He ate, and later on, things come back to his mind. And God was reminding me, you need to give this money. And at that point, he said, your name came out. And I knew I had to give it to you. And so they gave me the 600 euro. But they did not know that I did not have at this time any money. And this was God's timing. And forever, I hope, till the end of my life, I will remember that, because living 2 months without any money coming in, and having nothing in your pocket, and living only with the grace of God, because God provided me for everything I needed at the time I needed. Not before, not one day before, not the day after. At the time I needed, he was there and he was helping me. And this is God's timing. He will give you everything you need at the time you need it. Not before, not after. His timing is perfect. And later on, what happened, of course, I get this money and everything went okay. And later on, that thing that I was supposed to sell has been sold. And that's the end of the 2 months. And I got some money I could live on again. But God wanted me to live these 2 months this way. So I will always remember that he provides for me when I had nothing. And this can be something for you, just to realize, because we're going at the end of time. And the end of time means we're going to lose everything we have. But we will always be a Christian. We will always have the love of God. And if we have the love of God, God will provide for everything we need till the end of time. He always said it, and he will show it to us by the end of time. So this is a promise. So I think this can help you, if you are a Christian, to continue with God and knowing that he will help you in everyday life. Or if you're not a Christian, maybe you want to know more and understand, well, it's a great gift to have someone who can help you every day, even financially. God bless you. Make your day beautiful. And I will see you another time. Bye-bye.